Dawnxi's Sleeping Development Summary. In life, we should not only protect the safety of our daughter little Dawnxi's daily life, but also take care of her 3 meals and do housework, so we should keep pace with her play and sleep time so that we can have a rest. Sleep is a gradual process. It usually takes a few minutes to more than 10 minutes to change from an awake active state to a relatively quiet sleep state. Little Dawnxi is not yet fully aware of time. Her way of distinguishing time largely depends on light, the internal biological clock, and the order of external life. Sleep rituals also came into being. We use a series of stable, sequential things that can relieve her emotions to help her transition smoothly. Little Dawnxi is very energetic. We take her outdoors or play on the balcony during the day. We live in the seaside countryside, surrounded by mountains and rivers, fields, cattle and buffalo walking everywhere, eagles and seagulls flying in the air and on the sea. We connect the living room with the balcony to create a world where little Dawnxi lives during the day. Most of her toy, friends, and illustration books are there so that she can read and play more and give full vent to her energy, create a good bedtime atmosphere. When we are ready to guide her to bed at night, we need to unify our thoughts, speak as quietly as possible, turn off the TV, no cell phones, and turn off the lights to give her a good sleeping environment. We need to try to control our daughter's nap time and try to get her done by 3 p.m. If she sleeps too long at noon, she may have a hard time falling asleep at night. In our opinion, the ideal state for little Dawnxi at her current age is to go to bed at 9:10 p.m. Get up at 6:07 a.m. and start napping at 12:01 p.m. for 2-3 hours. In short, it is best to go to bed early and get up early to form a good cycle. From the moment our daughter was born, we let her sleep alone in a quilt and form a habit. Little Dawnxi has a strong sense of dependence on her parents. Sometimes, shortly after she falls asleep or before she really wakes up, she turns over and sits up. If she can't see us, she will cry, so let her gradually develop the habit of sleeping independently, which is also something we need to pay special attention to at present. We keep the room bright during the day and let the sun penetrate. This is mainly to let her feel the atmosphere during the day and lay the foundation for a good sleep at night. Appropriate room temperature is also key to her sleep quality. Too cold or too hot will affect her sleep quality. She should not be too excited around lunchtime or before nap time. If she is too excited, it will be hard for her to fall asleep. From lunch, try not to guide her to play special exciting or her favorite games. This way she will gradually feel sleepy after eating lunch. After lunch, adjust her emotions to calm her down, otherwise, it will prolong her time to sleep, and even if she falls asleep, she will easily have nightmares. Little Dawnxi can move on the ground by herself when she is 1 year old, and the amount of activity every day is very large, and her energy is quite vigorous all day. Sometimes, if we have tried all kinds of comfort methods and can't make her sleep, we use a serious method. We put our hands on her and firmly say to her, "It's late at night. It's time to sleep." Let her know that it's bedtime and that the only thing she needs to do now is to fall asleep quickly. We take care to keep the room temperature appropriate, The quilt should not be too thick. In the cold winter, not for little Dawnxi covered with a thick quilt. The too thick quilt is often too heavy, and may even cause breathing problems. And the high temperature in the quilt will make her irritable and even crying, which also affects her sleep quality. Sleep 10 to 12 hours per night and 2 to 3 hours at noon. Fix a time for her to go to bed. By making an appointment with her to go to bed at the right time, her biological clock for sleep is slowly being established. We guide little Dawnxi to distinguish between night and day, using light and sound to facilitate the formation of her biological clock. Through the contrast of light and darkness, she learns to distinguish between day and night, and between awake and asleep. In the morning when it's time for our daughter to get up, first open the curtains and open the windows so that she is in a very brightly lit place with plenty of sunlight to embrace her, and then wake her up with soft music. At night before she goes to sleep, dim the light in the room and turn off all the lights while she is sleeping, leaving just a small night light. When she wakes up in the middle of the night, she usually starts out grunting, and if she doesn't cry out, we stay quiet and not to coax her, because if we do it at this time, it will make her more dependent. It is good for her to develop good sleep habits by being appropriately ruthless. When she was younger, we let her form a habit of sleeping through the night at regular intervals. Sometimes she needs to find security to fall asleep, so we hold her on our chest, and then slowly pat her back, and then put her to bed when she falls asleep. Generally speaking, every day at noon and at night, give her a high bath before bedtime, carry her directly to bed afterwards, then turn off the lights in the room, lie down with her, pat her back, and let her fall asleep as soon as possible. Little Dawnxi gradually understands that it's time to go to sleep after all this through a programmed bedtime ritual for her. In addition to a high bath, this process includes brushing teeth, washing face, massage, and putting on pajamas, which can be done half an hour to 40 minutes before she goes to bed. During this time, let her stop her overexcited activities. Tell her a gentle story and let her listen to baby sleep music. The bedtime process not only allows her to sleep well but also serves as a loving bond between us and her. Often, calcium deficiency in babies can also cause sleep disorders in babies, and zinc deficiency in babies can cause anorexia in babies. So we pay attention to observe if she is deficient in calcium and zinc. Give her calcium and zinc supplements under the guidance of the doctor. Also let her eat more food containing calcium and zinc, such as lean meat, kelp, shrimp, oysters, nori, etc. Adjust the temperature, humidity, and air concentration in the bedroom appropriately, and dress and cover her properly. Little Dawnxi is now 1 year and 7 months old, and as she gets older, we are considering not giving her any more food at night before bedtime, so that her whole body can be fully relaxed and she can sleep more peacefully.